So long, it's been good to know you. So long, been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. This dusty old dust is a-blowing me home. I've got to be rolling along.
Oh, do you hear the music?
Sounds nice. It's from Woody Guthrie, right?
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think he is a songwriter and singer in Sydney, right?
Let's find out about it more.
Okay.
Woody was born in 1912 in Oklahoma. In his childhood, his father taught him many different types of songs, including Western songs, Indian songs, and Scottish folk tunes, which affect his musical career as a singer and a songwriter when he grew up. Because Woody's father was involved in politics and was a part of Democratic politician, so he often associated with his father's event when he was making a speech running for the office. Since Woody was young, such as writing songs about 1911, lynching of Laura and Lawrence Nelson.
In 1931, Woody left for Texas where he fell in love with his first wife, Mary Jennings, the younger sister of Matt Jennings. Woody started forming the Corn Cob Trio for the first time, and later the Papa Junior Chamber of Commerce Band with Matt Jennings and Carter Baker.
During the Great Dutch Storm, it was impossible for him to support his family, who still lived in Pampa. So he did whatever it took to get money. This includes painting, songwriting, playing guitar in exchange for bed. Woody started getting attention for his audience, especially those immigrant groups, by singing an ode, time on KFVD Radio, California.
In 1937, Woody arrived in California. He worked with his partner, Maxie Lefty Lou Christmas as a radio performer in Los Angeles. In 1940, Woody Wanderlust led him to New York City through collaboration with the likes of Alan Lomax, Peter Seegers, and Will Gears. He created their own band. As Woody became more and more famous, he helped exhibit folk music not only as try to change.
Magazine right through it.
During World War II, he joined the Merchant Marine and began composing music with more anti-fascist message. In 1941, Patches of Plenty is a great song that describes the plight of migrant farmers in North America, which is very evocative at that moment.
He used his skill he possessed to advocate immigrant workers' rights and to criticize the politics, religion, justice, and fairness on the local radio. He then started writing songs, for example, I Ain't Got No Home, Talking Dust Bowl Blues, and Hard Traveling, in order to be the voice of those who were deprived of their rights.
I Ain't Got No Home is one of Bruce Springsteen's favorite Guthrie songs, but Woody then moved again as he felt dissatisfied and disgusted by the censorship they put on his song on the radio, to Oregon, where he got a job to compose a remarkable Columbia River songs for a documentary film project.
The most famous song of Woody is This Land Is Your Land. It was written to sarcastic God Bless America song. The song was published in 1945. It is the most famous folk song. Its origin from God Bless America as an angry response to Irving Berlin's saccharine God Bless America.
This Land Is Your Land led him to become a famous singer because lyrics relate with politics. It is took back to use for canvassing of Barack Obama. During the World War II, he was inspired by the event when he served in the army by shipping out to sea. He was asked by the army to write songs about danger of funeral diseases, which were handed out in brochures and to sailors.
Another song that Woody wrote after World War II is related to plane wreck accident in California. In 1948, its deployed plane wreck at Los Gatos 32 passengers died on that day, including 4 Americans and 28 migrant farm workers.
Only Americans and few names were mentioned on radio and newspaper, but none of the deportee name was mentioned in the press, which was done by Woody to convey his lamentation for the loss of his migrant farmers. This song has been described as the last great song by Woody, tribute to the anonymous migrants.
At the same time, the peace he has forced him to pay off in 1946 after the end of World War II. When he returned to New York, he was introduced to Jewish community and got a new inspiration to write songs that tell about Jewish culture, like Hanukkah dance and Mermaid Avenue.
In late 1940, he was diagnosed with Huntington's disease. The Huntington is a disorder in the nerve system which was an incurable symptom. This rare symptom had a gigantic effect on both his life and his career. He had become more impetuous and unpredictable.
In 1946 to 1947, Woody recorded the song One City Later. This song is related to the conviction of Italian immigrants. The trial of the immigrants has been controversially argued in the justice system of the America. The two men got executed in 1927. This was an inspiration for him to compose the song and album for the trial.
The One City Later song was one of the most significant songs he wrote. In the song, he is perfectly on the immigrants' side. He composed the song in defense for the immigrants that they were too good to do such an act. Until now, the case of the immigrants are still inconclusive.
From California.
Woody and P. Seeger, who was his friend, were targeted for their artwork, which were protected for the right to unite, the right to have free speech and equal rights. After that, Woody moved to Florida and started writing on his third novel, Seeds of Man, and composing songs about racial and environment issues. During the time that he was in the hospital, many of his friends and family visited him.
The new musicians like John Bass, Bob Dylan, the Green Hair Boys, and Phil want to thank him for his motivations that influenced their folk songs, us by playing guitar and singing for him.
Bob Dylan's early influence is Woody Guthrie. After Bob Dylan has read Woody's autobiography Bound of Glory and become interested with its protagonist, then started to mimic Guthrie's speech pattern in his book. In 1961 at New York, he told a crowd at a club where he was performing, "I have been traveling around the country following in Woody Guthrie's footsteps."
At that time, Minnesota doesn't have the same tradition of folk music, so this change reflects a decision on Dylan's part to integrate himself into the folk scene. When Bob went to visit Woody, where he used to remedy with Huntington's disease, Bob played a song called Song to Woody, the melody based on Guthrie's 1913 massacre. This song was released on Dylan's debut album entitled Bob Dylan. Over 50 years later, it is still one of his best-known songs and one of the most famous songs in American folk tradition.
Woody Guthrie died in 1997. A month later, his son releases a song on Thanksgiving. This had become an iconic song for anti-war to the next generation. Woody spent most time of his life in composing nearly 3,000 songs and published 2 novels.
Woody has influenced many people in the United States in many ways. In 19 January 2009, the day before Barack Obama was the president, everyone was in Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. singing the song "This Land Is Yours" written by him. Because the song has words that condemn all the social inequality and private property, some people consider it as a protest song.
You and me. This land is your land.
Woody wrote many memorable songs such as Vigilant Man and Do Re Mi. Each song captures problems of social justice and cultural contradictions.
During Dust Bowl era, he faced the economic problem and also the migration of the worker in California. This song contains social activism that inspires many songwriters after that. The song Do Re Mi describes the problem during the Dust Bowl time when the migrants people are kept away from California. There are not enough money and jobs for them in California.
In 1920, there was a large gap between the rich and the poor. The rich people lost their fortune and the poor are now more difficult in surviving. This made Woody song to touch people's heart in 1920 that faces the same problem as him.
Even though Woody died, but his songs are still memorable in the people's heart. There are many concerts and events which celebrate Woody's achievements and his contribution to the America.
Woody has been well known for his commemorative contribution and achievement in America. He received many awards from both government departments and private art organizations.
Although Woody has died a long time ago, but he will never be forgotten. As his friend Peter Cedar once said, Woody will never die as long as there are people who like to sing his song.
Blasting, I've been firing, and I've been... Having some hard traveling, I thought you knowed. I've been having some hard traveling way down the road. I've been having some hard traveling, hard rambling, hard gambling. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord.
Thank you for watching.